I can't even talk now. Ladies and gents, it is that time. The Sheath superlatives of the night. Go to sheathunderwear.com. Use promo code Coffee N KOs and get 20% off your entire order. Sheath underwear, the best underwear around. Steve, tell me about your Sheath underwear before we get going.
Sheath underwear, man. I feel like you put it the best way. You were saying once you go from like normal, just generic brand underwear to something, I'll call it some elaborate, luxurious underwear, game changer. I was actually a little sus of it to begin with, but no, complete game changer. I love it.
Yeah, when you can just get everything in a nice compartmentalized organization down there, it's the best feeling in the world. Aaron, go get yourself some Sheath underwear. You do that, go to sheathunderwear.com, use promo code Coffee and KOs, and you can get 20% off your entire purchase. Don't forget to sheath your dagger. Fellas, our favorite part of the night. I feel like we always have some good laughs with this. It's a tough one though. This is a tough night for superlatives. You might have to get a little crafty on this one because like I said, it was a little bit of a snooze fest. Only 9 fights, which God, I don't even remember the last time there's a 9-fight card. Like I feel like that's just so little.
Yeah,
at least we complain at 11.
We had the 8-fight card when like Trevin Giles had like a heart attack in the background.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
And like last week, I mean, we had a fighter come out for a fight, and like I mean, at least all the fighters both came out once.
Yeah, that is true.
Like night, but yeah.
All right, so we'll change it up a little bit today. We'll let Aaron get the first one. I'll get the second one, and then Steve, you get the third one, or do you want to get the second one, Steve? I'll let you pick.
I'll take 2.
Okay, so I'll go last as far as I'll do the decaf. All right, Aaron, you are first for Jacked on Caffeine. Let us have it.
Yeah, so the Jacked on Caffeine performance of the night. I don't know if it was just by comparison, and I'm not trying to pile on you guys or pat my own back. I'm going Alex Caceres here. He looked like he got the caffeine, and Kroom got the decaf, and it just showed throughout the fight. And I mean, Caceres usually shows out pretty well, but yeah, what up, bro? Well, shout out to you as well. But yeah, I just think that Caceres looks like that vegan diet's not holding him back. He looked in great shape, looked to have good energy throughout. So I'll give him my jacked up performance of the
10 years of vegan. I could never do it. That's all I got to say.
Looks good though. I mean, he looks good.
No, he does. Yeah,
working.
I could never do it. There's another fighter that's vegan too. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch, but there's another big name that was vegan it's been vegan for a long time. I can't remember exactly who it is, but no, I could never live that lifestyle. That's a tough lifestyle, man.
Yeah, he's putting on weight somehow. So yeah.
All right, so I got the second spot here. There's a few guys I want to give this one to. I'll go with Ciryl Gane. I'll give it to Ciryl Gane. I think he does need the recognition on this one. Jacked on Caffeine performance of the night. You go against the number 4 ranked guy, super difficult, super dangerous opponent. And yes, call it a boring fight if that's what you want to call it. It was a smart fight, and he completely dominated every single aspect of this fight. And I just loved what Ciryl Gane did here. I love that he answered all the questions that we had about him. He's the future champ. I do believe that. I think he has all the tools. I do think he needs to work on a few things here, but he really has all the makings to be great. And it's just coming out of complete left field, just having like under 20 pro with MMA and what Muay Thai. I think he was like 7-0 only, but that was not too long ago. So this guy's an absolute stud. I got to give him Jacked on Caffeine.
Probably the most well-rounded heavyweight other than Stipe, right? You would think.
Yep.
Maybe Aspinall, if Aspinall can really, but Aspinall needs obviously way more competition. He's not there yet, but that's the only other guy I can see kind of with that same fight style rather. My Jacked on Caffeine, I'm going Ronnie Lawrence. I mean, how do you not go Ronnie Lawrence, man? He had the only finish of the night. The freaking takedowns were ridiculous. The pressure was ridiculous. Just everything about that performance. He's going to get a bonus. He just looked as good as you could look, man. He looked really, really good. And I think that he's going to be a problem in that division, especially if he can keep that pace going. Guys like that have a grueling fight style, they just seem to make quick climbs too. I mean, Colby Covington kind of fights with a ridiculous pace as well. I really like Ronnie Lawrence. I really like that performance, and we're gonna see what happens. So he gets my jacked on caffeine performance of the night.
Yeah, that's a good choice. He came out of nowhere, man. He just has come out of nowhere. The last guy I can remember to do this, even though he was on Tough, was Kelvin Gastelum. When Kelvin Gastelum was the last pick on Tough, and then just like had this wrestling style, this relentless pace to him. But Lawrence isn't having the weight issues, and I mean, yeah, it's like, but it's just out of nowhere, relentless. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what he has next. Great choice.
Now we move to espresso shot of the night. This is a tough one. This is a real tough one. Steve, you got a toughie to start. I
gotta start this one.
Yeah. This is what you wanted. I gave you the choice, buddy.
This is a brutal one. We did not have the card for espresso shot of the night. Let's say that. But if I had to choose, I'll go with Pedro Munoz and Jimmy Rivera, because I really expected this to go on the ground a lot more, and these guys just came out swinging hard. And I really like to see that. And we saw some big shots landed, and obviously the leg kicks were a huge issue in there. So I really like the energy, the striking that we got to see from those two guys. So no one strike in particular, but just the back and forth that we got to see, I thought was worth this award.
My espresso shot of the night, I don't have one goddamn thing written down because I don't know what. I mean, Munoz was going to be my guy because of the leg kicks. I was going to go with that. I'm going to make it a funny one. I'm going to go with one of the people in Ciryl Gane's corner that was slapping the shit out of him before he got in the octagon. That guy probably landed the heaviest shots of the night. And I mean, outside of the Munoz fight, I mean, God, Gane was, if he can take those shots, he can take any shots. I mean, that guy was really hitting them freaking good. So I don't know who that was, but I'm going to go with the guy in the corner for Ciryl Gane.
I'm going to go with the Munoz leg kicks as well. But honorable mention to the Alexis Davis leg kicks as well, which was, a huge difference in her being able to get those takedowns, especially in the later rounds. I mean, Maza was saying her legs hurt in the, and it was just like once she got her down at the end, you knew she wasn't going to be able to get up just from the leg kicks. So honorable mention to Davis, but I got to give it to Munoz. Those definitely were the best shots of the night.
I could have went Bueno Silva with the elbow that opened up De La Rosa. I could have went with that.
Her eye was shut completely. Her eye is going to look even worse tomorrow.
So I can do that one. That's I just thought of it now. There we go. So the other guy the green-haired person gets honorable mention. All right. So now we go with the decaf performance. This is an easy one for me. I wanted to say main event in general, but I'm not going to do that to Ciryl Gane because I do think he answered a lot of questions. I'm just going to go with Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Listen, I know the broadcast team was pretty annoying, but I got to agree with Bisping for the most part of this one. Like, you just got to go for broke. You're down how many rounds? That's Rozenstruik wins that fight. He's probably looking at close to a title shot at that point. You got to go for broke. I'm not going to say he didn't have a game plan, but he just way too timid, fought back against the cage the entire time. And that's nothing against Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane, obviously, there was something with Ciryl Gane that was making Rozenstruik so hesitant. But at the end of the day, you got to go for broke. And that was one of the more boring performances I've seen probably since Lewis and Ngannou. And that's, not necessarily on Gane's part, more so on Rozenstruik's part. Especially the fifth round. Like the fifth round, you've already been dominated. It's not like he was extra tired. Like, it's not like Gane was pushing a crazy pace to the point where Rozenstruik's defending takedowns and a million shots. Like, he had more than enough energy to try to go for broke and get a knockout. He didn't. He had just a piss poor performance, in my opinion. Hats off to Gane. Rozenstruik back to the drawing boards. Hopefully he comes back and gets a couple big knockouts and tries to reinsert himself back into that title contention. But I think he needs to get another win or two, maybe even 3. Like, he really needs to come out and put on good performances. Like, that was not many times. I feel like when you lose, it sets you back a lot, but that was just bad. Like, he just didn't do anything.
He was 9 seconds away from a 50-45 against Overeem too. So
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's the same fight as this one, except he didn't have a leaping hook at the end.
Yep.
So he's
So
shown.
are we saying he's overhyped a little bit then?
I mean, he's just one of these fighters who I don't think he's much of a tactician. I think he's a hammer, and when he can't hammer the nail, I don't think he knows what to do.
Agreed.
He's gonna get some nice knockouts. Is he ever gonna get the belt? Probably not.
No.
Yeah,
too many will.
A Junior Albini, give him a Alexio Oleinik, guys who will like no head movement, who he can connect with. But otherwise, Derek Lewis, these guys, no.
Am I second?
I think Aaron would be second.
Okay. I'll go. God, I really don't want to pile on this guy.
I'm gonna do it if you don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kevin Kroom. He really, I get it that takedowns are tough, but if you're gonna do a game plan, you gotta make sure to be able to do it for longer than 4 minutes. And it was all heart for 10 minutes after that, but you don't get heart from your espresso. You get heart just from within. So he decided to leave the morning without his coffee. It's like, you don't have the filters at home, whatever. The coffee machine isn't working. It's like, I got to go to work anyways. You got to just struggle through that day. That's what it looked like Kroom did. It's like, yeah, he did his job technically, didn't get finished, but he just wasn't there. And like, I've seen him fight a lot, and I haven't ever seen him fight kind of that gas. Usually he'll go out and maybe get finished or something, but he just kind of had a game plan he couldn't really live up to. So I'll go with Kroom.
Zach, do I have your permission to maybe second that?
Listen, you were the one that told me we can't. If you want to do it,
I know. I was gonna say, I feel like I have to do it, and I know that he knows what he did, and it's.
You sound like an upset parent.
I am. I'm trying to be like,
It's like your dog pissed on the floor and he knows he's not supposed to do it.
That's exactly what this is. It's friend to friend. It's just like no hard feelings. I know that he knows what happened out there, and it was disappointing. And it was just a very big opportunity for him to go in there against a big name like Alex Caceres, who's been around the block a lot. And if you put on at least you have to put on a better performance, like a nice split decision where it's controversial. You went out there, you put it all on the line, but it was just all on the line, like you said, in the first 3-4 minutes. So I just was disappointed in the performance. I know he will come back in his next fight stronger, and he's going to get that win in the next one. But I just dad talk. I had a lot of expectations for you.
He's going from opening a main card to opening the prelims for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Kroom has the making. He has, as far as outside of the octagon, his personality, everything has the makings to be. People will love him.
Is Austin Springer still in the UFC? The guy Caceres kind of schooled, the other like white wrestler that he schooled, who looks just like Kevin Kroom. Austin Springer.
I don't think so.
Because if he was still in, I'd say Austin Springer versus Kevin Kroom, open UFC Fight Night card. And that's where Kroom gets back in the maybe, like a Jacob Kilburn.
I don't know. I honestly don't know where Kroom goes from here. I think that there's just a couple things that need to be addressed. I don't think he gets cut. I think that he has another shot. But he definitely, I think next shot, though, he definitely has to do something with it. I think he gets one more fight. He really needs to do something with it, especially right now. The UFC, you get 2 losses. If you have a losing record in the UFC, you're not staying. That's just what's been happening. It's clear as day. And like you said, Steve, he knows.
I know he knows. I know.
Yeah. So I think that if we were to have him on the show tomorrow, I think he would totally agree with you. And listen, we still love Kevin Kroom. We're a pro Kevin Kroom podcast. We're always gonna root for Kevin Kroom. But no, I agree. I think that he needs to work on some things. Dave is
for the record. Springer was released and then retired, so that's not going to happen to Kroom. Okay, that's not going to happen.
Crew. They just happen to look alike. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know I gotta look at all the people on that in that division and see where obviously who he can fight. But yeah, no.
Relatives for Kroom, not the ones you probably were hoping to.
We won't tag him in those.
Yeah, we're not.
We only tag the winners. Although I could have said Alexander Hernandez because that guy's a punk. Steve, you could have done that one. Instead, you went with our friend. You're mean.
Tremendous.
I'm not mean. You're mean. I was gonna say Rozenstruik, but Kroom knows. He knows.
And on that.
Oh man, that might have been the best part of this show.
Yeah, go to your room, everybody.
Yes, go to bed.
David.
Man, Kroom, when we go to Ms. or what is it, Kansas City to do the Olympics, he's gonna choke you out, Steve.
He knows.
Or if never mind. I'm not gonna
Don't
say
it. Don't say it, dude. You were gonna say.
No, I didn't say anything.
You were gonna say something.
I'm good.
I knew you were gonna say. Man, if Kroom listens to this, you're done. He's gonna choke you out.
We're about to have a crazy recap next week, though. Triple.
Yeah.
Nice 3 a.m.er, huh?
Yeah, I am ready for that.
I'll listen. That's 3 a.m., but it's gonna be well worth it. That card is so damn good. The prelims are fire. Like there are so many.
Dude, Rakic Santos to open the main card. Let's fucking go.
Insane. I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, listen, guys, on Monday, we have a huge show on Monday. We got our boy Josh Byers, who has been on our show before. He's going to come hang out with us. Jackie, a.k.a. Boston Comments, is going to be with us as well. So we're going to have a 5-person show on Monday. We have a special show on Saturday afternoon, morning their time, afternoon for us. Grant Dawson and his girlfriend, Elle, are going to be joining us Saturday morning. They're going to join Steve and I. We're going to break down every fight. They have 2 teammates. They got Megan Anderson and Tim Elliott fighting on Saturday. So they're going to hang out with us Saturday live and they're going to break down all the fights and talk fights with us for about an hour and a half. So stay tuned for that too. Saturday is going to be an electric day. We're going to have a crazy preview show basically on Saturday morning before the fights start. And then we're going to have the recap show after on the Fight Bananas channel. And then Monday, we have a huge interview. O'Day Osborne. We're interviewing O'Day Osborne on Monday. And then we'll also do our preview show with Jackie and Josh, which you're not going to want to miss. Those guys always, guy and girl, bring the energy all the time. And, it's going to be a really, really fun show. So we're really, really excited for all of this. It's going to be electric. This week is awesome. This is a big week. If you're an MMA fan, it's like Saturday is like a Super Bowl. Like this is going to be one of the best cards of the year, hands down.
Some may say it's going to be bananas.
Some might say that.
Some.
Fight bananas.
Anything else to add for the good of the cause? Steve, you disappointed Dad.
I've done enough for tonight. I've said enough.
He's got to go to bed. He's pissed.
Yeah, he's real upset. Yeah, no, just we'll definitely be providing the breakdowns this week between Coffee and KOs and Fight Bananas. I'll be back on Thursday as well, live at 8 p.m. with fighter to be named. But we're figuring that out right now. But I will be breaking it down with someone who punches people in the face for a living. So
make sure you guys check that out because Aaron won everyone money today. So make sure you check it out. He wins money. He knows more about betting than we do. We just make frivolous bets and because we're dumb. So that's what we do. Steve, no, you're part of the show. So you're part of that now. I don't want to hear it. Listen, you just made those comments about Kroom. My name is attached to Coffee and KO, so he's going to want to beat me up too. So I don't want to hear it.
Can I just say real quick, the Cafe Parlay, I think for the second week in a row, 3 of 4, both times, 3 out of 4.
Yeah, it's like almost. Mm-hmm. Just almost. It doesn't count. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, buddy.
And fishing.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't count in fishing at all. I don't know what you fish for, but
it counts the least.
No, it's like I almost caught the big one. Like, the one that got away.
Not what you.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count.
He knows it's gonna be a church. He knows.
I'm done.
Yeah, yeah.